Hey guys, it's Marquita from AtHomeWithQuita. Thank you for joining me on another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm actually going to be doing some memory keeping or some memory planning. I'm going to show you my old system and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to be memory planning now because the old system did not work out for me. I'm just getting into the whole memory planning thing and it was a little bit overwhelming for me, so I decided to pull back a little bit, start a little bit slower, pace myself a little bit more, and just start with a different way of memory planning that I think is a little more simplified. So if you are new here on my channel, hopefully you will consider subscribing and liking this video. So let's go ahead and get started. If you want to see that, then stick around. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about my old way of planning in terms of memory planning. I was using this book here, which is from Heidi Swapp. It's the One Day at a Time memory planner. I did a video on my channel, which I will link below if you're interested in watching that. This is a beautiful planner. I love this planner. Everything about it was fantastic. It was just a little bit overwhelming for me. I did actually set it up the way I wanted to. I started planning out of it for January, so let me show you that. I had a bucket list here which I used to track things that I wanted to do for that particular month with my family and friends, and then I did actually do the first week in January. I did this focus page, which is just like a page of just different things that I had going on during the month, like a highlights page. Then I started planning and I just got a little bit overwhelmed. This is a really pretty spread, and then after this I was pooped. I was like, okay, is this what I'm gonna have to do every week? Since I am just starting memory planning, it's not like my thing. It was just a lot, and hopefully eventually I can get back into this form of planning because I would really like to start scrapbooking. This is kind of what it is, scrapbooking, and I'm really not that big on it because I don't feel like I'm that creative in terms of being able to scrapbook. But I did love this, and so just to kind of do a little flip through of what it looked like, it was awesome. And then again, my brain froze, and then I was like, okay. So this was the old way, which I only did for a week. And so now I think I came up with a pretty easy way to memory plan and still capture those important memories from my family and friends, but yet not have to go all out like this just yet, because also one part of it was that I really don't have the time to memory plan like this. So let's go ahead and show you the new way. So I'm going to be assembling this new method. So I'll show you how I'm putting it all together, and then we'll go ahead and do a spread with this past week of March, some highlights from that. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so let me just show you some of the things that you're going to need if you want to start memory planning like I'm about to show you. I'm going to be using my Canon Selphy printer, which I absolutely adore. I use this a lot for my menu planning and my meal planning and my recipe planning. So you've seen this before, but I'm going to show you a little bit more of how it works and how I'm going to be using that. I'm also going to try to incorporate some washi into the spread, and then I actually purchased two memory planning, rolling washi. I actually purchased two memory planning sticker books from the Happy Planner, so I'm going to be using those. And then I've got my memory planning, which is going to be the main part of this whole process. I picked these up from Hobby Lobby for $4.99, and they may have been on sale. So I'm going to be using these, and then I'm going to use these half sheets as well. And lastly, I have a planner cover that I'm not using. I'm probably going to flip it like this and use it as a polka dot, because if I used it like this, it's going to cut off half of that. And then you're going to need your paper slicer, because we're going to slice this to fit these half sheets. So let's go ahead and get started with that part of the process. We're going to assemble the new memory planner. I'm hoping this all works out, guys. I have not tried this before. I have not seen this on any other YouTubers channels. Not to say that it's not there, but I'm trying this out for the first time. So we're all going to walk through this together. So let's go ahead and get started with assembling the planner, the memory planner, and then we're going to go ahead and plan with it. All right. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and slice these babies in half. So I'm going to grab a half sheet out of here, and we'll go ahead and slice them in half, and we're going to need all of them because we're just going to make a whole booklet, and that way everything is all in that booklet and we can plan accordingly. So I'm just going to grab one sheet here so I can measure, and then we'll measure the next slice off of this. So let's see, I want to make sure I get it completely right. And I'm also going to actually give it a little more space. So I'm going to measure it from the end here, but I'm going to give it a little bit of extra space just to allow for the planner to grow in size. And I did cut off the punch spot here because I want the cover to be rounded and the edges are rounded here, and so I'll repunch this here. And so I'm going to do the same thing with this side, is I'm going to actually slice it here so that way the sides are already rounded. All right, so now that I've got my planner cover here, and again, you see how it cut that off there, so I'm not going to use the front side, I'm going to use the back side here. So actually yep, there we go. So this is going to be the way the cover looks. So now let's go ahead and punch this, and then we can get to assembling the actual memory planner. And this is the Arc Disc Bound punch. It's not the Happy Planner punch. I love this punch. It locks into place and it's just more sturdy. It's a little more expensive, but this is a great buy. All right, so now that we've got our cover punched, I do have a sticker here on the back. I'm okay with it being there, but eventually I may remove it, but it is on the back side, so it doesn't quite bother me. So we've got that punched. So now let me just show you how these cute little inserts look. These are from the new release, I believe. I'm pretty sure they are. So on the front, again, it says documented. It has a date. It says love these moments, and it has 3 lines for that. It has a currently, loving, thankful for, feeling, reading, going, listening, watching, excited for. And then if you slip on the back here, it says favorite photos. And then it says who, what, when, where. So you can write that in. Same thing for this one. And then there's a grid down here and it says noted. So let's go ahead and add these to our planner here. You are also going to need some discs, of course, so don't forget to pick those up, as well as the planner covers and these inserts. All right, so I had some leftover discs here, so this is what I'm going to use to assemble the new memory planner. So let's go ahead and start that process. All right, so I'm finished with the first part of the process, which is adding these half sheets in here. Now what I think I want to do with these half sheets is I want to just use it for further journaling. And so I'm going to add one after each page. And so I'll just add a few here right now. And then as I plan, I will continue to add those sheets after one of these pages. So this will just be like the highlights of the week and then, or month. I'm still deciding. So we're going to add one of these pages after each one of these. All right, so I just decided to add the all the things pages. To me, the other ones, like the one that says notes, get it done, and then the last one says big ideas. I don't really think it fits with the whole memory planning thing. I love these half sheets, by the way. I use them all the time in my planner. You can pick these up from Happy Planner, of course. So what I think how things are gonna flow with this particular planner is I'm gonna have, of course, the main sheet, which is gonna be the highlight sheet. I'm gonna use this front side here for this week's planning. So this front side will go with this page here. Depending on how much journaling I have, this back side will go with the next page here. So we'll see how it all flows. Of course, you guys know I'll come back and revisit this and I'll show you exactly how it's working out so far and if I needed to make any changes. So this is how it all looks. I think it's super cute. It's small, it's compact, it's not a big old bulky planner, and I can just tuck these in on a shelf or something, you know, for people to look at when they come over. They're probably going to want to see like all of our memories and stuff, and I'm okay with sharing that with my friends. So I'll figure out exactly my system of like showcasing this or just storing this, and I'll of course show you guys that later once I decide. So isn't this super cute? I think it's just I love it. So far, so good, guys. I mean, you know, things change, but right now, I think it feels great in my hand, and I just like the look of it. So this is what we're planning on doing for memory planning. And so now that we've got it all set up for the most part, what I'll probably do as well is add some more of these sheets to the back. That way I don't have to constantly have to go in my stash. I can just grab them from the back of this to add them to that particular week. And then let's go ahead and start planning in this baby and see how that all works out. So again, I've got my Happy Planner memory keeping stickers, 2 of those. And then I've got some washi tape over here. Actually, Miss Addison's holding them. Thank you, Addison.
You're welcome, Mommy.
So I've got my washi tape. And then I've got my Canon Selphy printer. Got some scissors here. Let's slide this into frame because we're going to be using this to print our pictures out for the week. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find out which pictures I want to use in this spread. And so I'm probably going to do 3 photos, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. I may even do 1 here depending on how I feel because I'm not too big on grid paper. I wouldn't even know what to write there. Maybe I'll do like a quote or something like that. We'll see. And then I'm not going to do any journaling in this video because I'm not quite sure yet what I want to write. It's probably going to be like a summary of the week, but I will decorate it if necessary. So let's go ahead and find those photos first. And so I'm going to grab my phone here, go into my photos, and I've got a few pictures here. We are actually planning for the week of March 5th through the 11th, not the current week. And so I want to go ahead and plan for that. And then next video or next planning session will be this current week once the week is done. So I've got 4 photos here at the bottom. And so what I want to do is I want to go into one of my favorite apps, the Project Life app. And then I want to create a collage because I don't want to use the entire, let me just show you. I don't want to use the entire photo page because I don't need the picture to be that big. And so I'm thinking if I can split it up because looks like this is like maybe half of this. And so I can print 2 per page looks like. So we'll try it that way and we'll see how that works out. Actually, these boxes are a little bit smaller. So maybe we'll do 1 page with 2 per page and then 1 page maybe a little bit smaller. We'll see how it all works out. But let me go ahead and go into this and then let me choose how I want it to be because I don't want the orientation to be this way. I want it to be the other way. So let's go ahead and find a different layout, which is going to be that layout there. And then let's go ahead and see which photos we want to go in this layout. All right, so once you've got your photos added there, and hopefully you guys can see this, you should be able to see this. Maybe I'll zoom it in a little bit more when I'm editing. So once you're done there, then you want to go ahead and share it. So you go to export, and then you're going to go to print. Then you should be able to find your Canon Selphy or whatever printer you're using. I'm using the Canon Selphy, which I absolutely love this printer. It's been rocking with me for a long time. No issues whatsoever. Printer's pretty cheap, very reasonable. Ink's reasonable, paper's reasonable, so it all just works out. So now I'm going to hit print. And I know there's a glare there from my ring light, guys. Sorry about that, but I'm hoping you can see what you need to see. So I just hit print, and so now it's going to the printer, and as you can see, it says busy, and it's going to print it out. All right, so as you can see, pretty awesome, right? And so what I'm going to do, have my scissors. I'm going to go ahead and cut where I need to cut in order for it to fit on this page. So we've got our first photo there. And so now we want to go ahead and grab our other 2 photos. So let's exit out of there. All right, so I changed my mind. What I'm actually going to do is I found 4 more photos of this past week that I can use in my spread. So that's perfect. So now I'll just have to figure out where to put them. But I do have 4 more photos. So let's go ahead and just add those photos to the spread. All right, so we got our 4 next photos, and all this again has occurred or did occur the week of the 5th through the 11th. So we don't have to print any extra photos, but if I ever have to do that, I would choose this layout, and then I will do 2 pictures from this week and 2 pictures from the last week. That way, well, hopefully I'm planning current, so we'll see how it all works out. But let's go ahead and print these really quickly. Go to export, then go to print, and then find that printer, which should come up since that's what I used last. Hit print. And then we'll wait for these to come out, and then we're ready to get started with decorating. All right, so we've got all of our pictures here, so we're going to trim them down to size, and then we're going to go ahead and start decorating in our memory planner. All right, so how they come is they come perforated at the tops and bottoms. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull off the perforation. And then what I'll have to do is I'll have to cut this right here down the center. And you can kind of see where the line is from the one picture to another, so it's not a huge issue. And then this one we'll do the same way. I hate that it cut her off. I should have was more mindful of that, but I forgot that the perforation sometimes goes into the picture. So that's not bad, but I would have put it a little bit more on this side where my twists are. So let's go ahead and cut these on out. All right, so we've got all of our pictures here. So let's go ahead and start adding the pictures to the spread here, and then we'll decorate with stickers and other things and make it look really, really cute. And so I'm really not gonna talk you through this process because again, I'm so new at it that it would be a long video. I'm really gonna just fast forward through that part, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how it all looks. So I am loving how the layout turned out. Everything looks perfect. It's just enough space that I need to be able to capture those moments of the week. Here's the back here. I did have a photo left over here. That is from my niece's shower, but again, she is the star, so maybe I won't have to add that photo. We'll see how it all turns out. Maybe I can just stick it in here somewhere. So I think this turned out pretty well, and it's compact, and to me, it's the perfect amount of space. And then what I'll do on the second page here is I'll journal some things about the week and what happened. And so maybe I won't be able to do it for this past week because I probably won't remember, but I'll do it for the coming week or the current week that we're in right now. And I'll probably date it, and then I'll just write a little blurb about what happened on that day, and then maybe I'll summarize the week. We'll see how it goes. This is just preliminary. I'm just starting out with this whole process and trying to see how this is all going to work out for me. But I definitely know something was missing from my planning, and that was memory planning. And so I'm looking forward to just stopping back by real quick and adding this page into this planner and decorating it, and not taking much time because I am doing several other planning videos and I'm planning a lot of other things about my life, and I don't want memory planning to take up that much time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you like this whole layout and the whole booklet that I created using, again, these Happy Planner half sheets, which I just picked up from Hobby Lobby. I'm loving these. I also picked up these half sheets, which are for a vacation. I am planning on going to Vegas, and so what I'll do once I fill this out is I'll pop this in for that week as well. And so I'm loving all these new half sheets that Happy Planner is coming out with, and so that's kind of another reason why I just had to come back. I had to, because there's just so much more to it. And so guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found some inspiration that you can use in your planner, and hopefully you will consider subscribing to my channel if you like these types of videos. I am planning on doing lots more memory planning videos now since it's not such an overwhelming process. I'll be sure to link everything that I used below in the description box. That way you know where you can pick these items up if you're planning on doing the same thing. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel today. I am also doing a giveaway on my channel, so check out the previous video that I posted earlier. I did post 2 videos today, so I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Not that I have that much time, so that was kind of insane, but I had to post that because I wanted to give something away to you all. So make sure to watch that video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.